Happy morning, students. How are you all? Yes, welcome to your geography class. As you know, the topic for today is North America. So today we are going to explore some important cities of North America. So first of all, I'll take you to a virtual trip of some of the cities of North America. Then we will start with the discussion. Okay, so let's start. So yes, the topic for today is important cities of North America. North America is filled with must-see attractions. Hundreds of locations draw millions of tourists to natural landmarks, historic sites, and exciting places. Some are old, some are new, some are geological wonders, some are man-made structures. Okay, so are you ready to explore with me? Okay, so let's watch a video showing the beautiful cities of North America. So yes, students, I hope you must have enjoyed this virtual trip. Okay, so let's explore some important cities of North America. Let's talk about them in detail. Yes. So, before coming to the cities, you should know the location of different countries in North America. So, this is the political map of North America. So, here we have Alaska in the northwest. Below, Canada is situated. Then we have United States, Mexico, and we have already discussed about Central America and West Indies. Remember? Okay. Now, the cities which we are going to discuss today, they are Washington, D.C., New York, Chicago, and Los Angeles. So let's talk about all these cities one by one. The first one we are going to explore is Washington. Washington, officially the state of Washington, is a state in the Pacific Northwest region of the United States. Now, what is the meaning of Pacific Northwest region? We know whole of North America is situated in northern and western hemisphere. Clear? So, yes, officially the state of Washington is a state in the Pacific Northwest region of the United States. Now, what do you mean by Pacific Northwest region? We know the location of United States of America. So, in the west, or you can say in the northwest, we have Pacific Ocean. So, Washington is situated, okay, in the Pacific Northwest region of the United States. You can understand from here. So, here we have Pacific Ocean. So, that is why this area, okay, is known as Pacific Northwest region, okay, of this is whole United States. So, this is the proper location of Washington state. Washington is often referred to as Washington State to distinguish it from the nation's capital, Washington, D.C. So don't get confused. We have Washington State also, we have Washington City also. Okay, now how to differentiate both? Now the state is located in the northwestern part of USA, as I just told you, in the Pacific Northwestern region of USA. Now where is Washington DC? So it is in the eastern part. Can you see here? This is Washington DC, that is the capital city of United States of America. Clear? I hope it is clear now, so don't get confused. This one is Washington State and this one is Washington City. Okay, it is named as Washington DC. So this is the map of Washington State. Clear? Where it is located? It is located in the northwest. Washington State was named after George Washington, the first president of the United States and a founding father. Now this is the location of Washington DC. Okay, that is the capital city right in the east. And here we have Washington State. Washington City or Washington DC is the capital city of the United States of America. Washington City. Now what is the meaning of DC? District of Columbia. Also known as Washington DC as well. Okay, short form of District of Columbia is DC. Now look at this picture. Who is this person? Yes, Pierre Charles L'Enfant. The plan for Washington City was prepared by the architect Pierre Charles L'Enfant for the first president of the USA, George Washington. So, Pierre Charles L'Enfant was a French-American military engineer who designed the basic plan for Washington, D.C., known today as the L'Enfant Plan. So let's talk about some special features of Washington. So, at the city center lies the very important, the marvelous building, White House. So this is the real picture of White House. The White House is the official residence and workplace of the President of the United States. Now, just 1 mile directly south of the White House, there is Jefferson Monument, also known as the Jefferson Memorial. From the inside of the White House, the President gets an amazing view of the memorial. Also, visitors of the Jefferson Memorial get a cool view of the White House off in the distance. The Jefferson Memorial and the White House form one of the main anchor points in the area of the National Mall in Washington, D.C. Now, who is Jefferson? Thomas Jefferson was one of America's most notable founding fathers. He was the third president of the United States, the author of the Declaration of Independence, governor of Virginia, and he held numerous other positions and is credited with numerous other achievements. So, the Jefferson Memorial is a presidential memorial built in Washington, D.C. So this gem on the National Mall is dedicated to Thomas Jefferson, the third US President and the author of the Declaration of Independence. Next is Library of Congress. Library of Congress is the largest library in the world. Its collection was growing at a rate of about 2 million items per year. The Library of Congress serves members, committees, and staff of the US government, other government agencies, libraries throughout the country and the world, and the scholars, researchers, artists, and scientists who use its resources. It is a national center for library service to the blind and physically handicapped, and it offers many concerts, lectures, and exhibitions for the general public. Those outside the Washington, D.C. area have access to the library growing electronic resources through the Library of Congress. So, the Library of Congress is the research library that officially serves the United States Congress and is the Library of the United States. So, this is one of the largest libraries in the world. Next is Ford's Theater. Ford's Theater is located in Washington, D.C., which opened in August 1863. It is famous for being the site of the assassination of United States President Abraham Lincoln on April 14, 1865. So, Ford's Theater is now both a theater and a memorial to Abraham Lincoln. In 1866, the year after Lincoln was shot, while attending a performance at the theater, Congress acquired and converted the theater building for office use. Now let's explore New York State. Yes, we have New York State also and New York City also. Okay, now how to understand this? New York is a state in the northeastern United States, and New York City is a city at the southern end of New York State. Let's understand. Now this is the map of New York. This is New York State. Can you see New York written here? Yes. Now where is New York City? Yes, to the southeast part of New York State. Clear? So this is the state, New York State, and this is the New York City. New York State is one state out of the 50 that comprise the United States of America. Though for many decades it was the largest state by population, it is currently the fourth largest. It's geographically large state located in the northeastern US, and it is the only state to touch on both the Atlantic Ocean and the Great Lakes. The largest city in New York State is New York City. In short, we write as NYC, which is also the most populous city in the entire USA, second most populous in North America, and one of the largest and most famous cities in the world. Its famous icons include the Statue of Liberty, the Empire State Building, the Brooklyn Bridge, Times Square, Broadway, Wall Street, and Central Park, among others. New York was one of the original 13 colonies that formed the United States. The Erie Canal connects New York to the Great Lakes region. Erie Canal, historic waterway of the United States, connecting the Great Lakes with New York City via the Hudson River at Albany. The construction began in 1817 and was completed in 1825. Its success propelled New York City into a major commercial center and encouraged canal construction throughout the United States. In addition, construction of the canal served as a training ground for many of the engineers who built other American canals and railroads in the ensuing decades. So you can see the location of Erie Canal. This is the Hudson River, New York, and then this canal was made. So this is Great Lakes area. Lake Erie, Lake Ontario. So total 5 lakes are there in the Great Lakes region. So Erie Canal connects the Great Lakes with New York City via the Hudson River. Now, after exploring New York, let's move to Chicago. Chicago on Lake Michigan is among the largest cities in the US, famed for its bold architecture. Chicago has a skyline punctuated by skyscrapers such as the iconic John Hancock Center, Willis Tower, and the New Gothic Tribune Tower. The city is also renowned for its museums, including the Art Institute of Chicago with its noted Impressionist and Post-Impressionist works. Now, after exploring Chicago, let's move to Los Angeles. City of Los Angeles, and often known by its initials LA, is the largest city in California. Los Angeles is a sprawling Southern Californian city and the center of the nation's film and television industry. Near its iconic Hollywood sign, studios such as Paramount Pictures, Universal, and Warner Brothers offer behind-the-scenes tours. One of the things Los Angeles is most famous for is its TV, movie, and music industries. LA is the ideal destination for movie fans as there are so many movie studios tours to take. Plus, music lovers will love exploring the music themed attractions located around the city. So, yes, students, clear? So, that's it for today. Thank you and have a nice day.